to see right through me. On the dying days when I ask for forgiveness of myself. Hey, Mr. Bully, what you think when you push me out of my own head where everything makes sense? Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on to your lies. What do you think of me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. Say it's over when nothing's closer to what you're fighting for. Close the chapter where I'm ripping out my pages. Stop the fire under my skin. Or light the blaze again that stood alive for ages. Breathing in the lies that keep me open from the truth that keeps me holding on. Holding on to your lies. What do you think of me when you destroy what is inside me? I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry on. I'll carry on.
I've been getting out of bed these past few days. Think it's fair to be proud about it. I've quit ordering from all those fast food chains. I'm feeling better, there's no doubt about it. And my days are brighter, my shoulders are so much lighter. Just for a moment there, I thought that there was nothing more to life. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. Mind if I be real for a minute? It's almost like everything I feel had a limit. It now gone past. Finding reasons to smile and to laugh, and whenever it's all the lights. Spent an hour with my memories, and then I realized it's not all black and white. Like I was colorblind, but mentally, yeah. Now my days are brighter, just no longer feeling tighter. Don't wear my PJs every day, 'cause I would rather be on site. I thought about it, wrote a couple songs about it. Just for a moment there, I lost myself. It's my band.
Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow.
I can feel the power, I can feel the power. Feel the power. Yeah, money that is time and hour. Time and hours. Yeah, well, I better activate the power. I'ma activate it, gotta make it, gotta chase it. I don't care what they be saying, I'ma do it now. And I've been really safe and I ain't giving up and I ain't giving in. Do it now for the dividends, I'll be on the path. I just gotta get it cause I got my mind on some bigger things. So man, I ain't gonna give in now, I just gotta live this now. I be gonna be man, I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town cause I gotta be that king in the ring. When I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the wheel. Cause I am just up on the journey, you just know that I'm just going insane. There's some things that I might see, and when I do, I could never get no sleep. Cause I just need to get it, man, I need to be the thing that I just painted out, man, you won't go see. See my vision, I'll be in it, I'ma kill it, I'ma take it all. Coming in, I'ma play it now, I'ma kill him dog, I'ma play the ball. Cause I gotta go and get it, man, I really just need it. Tell these guys that they can beat it, I'ma give it, I'ma grab it, man. Take it, never receive it, I'ma make it mine. I'm explosive like a mine, I've been working every time. Yeah, I do it on the grind, I'ma shine, yeah, every single day. I'ma kill this competition cause I'm going so insane. Hey, I'm really going so insane. Yeah, I guess really ran through the pain, but I'm just back on my path and I fixed it now. It's really okay. So I ain't gonna waste my chance and just my time. So I'ma be a monster. I'ma kill him. This is mine. Yeah, yeah. The fire, I got a million desires that I just need to go achieve. I just need to acquire. So I've been climbing up this ladder. Yes, I'm going up higher. I need to do it till the day that I might retire.
You were fine all this time. I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands till it came back round. Didn't think that you'd fallen so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a halt, back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back. you a flop. Back down, bring it to a halt. You're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down.
You want me bleeding on the floor for you, but I fell free the second that you left the room. I'm taking back my life. All you did was use it. You break it, you lose it. Sorry, your time is up. Now I'm coming back to life. I'm taking back my life. Sorry, your time is up. Now I'm coming back to life. Now I'm coming back to life. You're too late, begging on the floor for me. I'm not the same. I'm standing on my own 2 feet. I'm taking back my life. All you did was use it. You break it, you lose it. Sorry, your time is up. Now I'm coming back to life. I'm taking back my love. Sorry, your time is up. Now I'm coming back to life. Now I'm coming back to life. Now I'm coming back to life. I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try to path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try to path on the left side, put it up in your mind? talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know. But do you ever try path on the right side? Put it up in your mind. But did you ever try the path on the left side? Put it up in your mind. It's gonna be hard. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try, roll your mind. You run, try.
Can you hear me? We could be legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know what's real. Escape reality. Hardwired. We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars.
This is the world you've made yourself. Now you have to live in it.
The end is in our sights.
The future is already here.
No matter how hard we tried, we are doomed.
Say your goodbyes. Brace yourself.
I can see the end inside.
Three, two, one. Hardwired. disconnect.
I've never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? I've never felt so alive in my life. 'Cause you make me come to life every time I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you.
If I walk to the sea, baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I've loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that what's never gone just have regrets. So I won't go back. Oh, Lord, guide me to forget the time I lost with no regrets, and the moon shine back again. And the moon shine back again. When I drove down to Orbite, while I blame the world's neglect, Lord, I shine right back again. So I won't hold back, and you should know guess I might last with no regrets. And the moonlit
Rewind. Rewind. Rewind.
It's just another doorway to open up and see what kind of lifeline will be waiting there for me. I need to bury all these fears and let them fade away. I'm not scared, I'm prepared to find myself again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the end, I'll rise up from the ashes. I wanna still healing. I'm still healing. I won't give up, I'm still healing. I fight the pain that I once let kill my vibe. I fear the day that I lose the chance to fight. So I stand up tall, ready to face it all again. And I will not fall, I won't lose again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the end, rise up from the ashes. I won't burn again, I'll find my way through the bitterness I'm feeling. I won't rest, I won't give up, I'm still healing. I'm still healing. I'm still healing. I won't rest, I won't give up, I'm still healing. I won't give up, I'm still healing.
All I need is 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Let me give it a one last shot. Will I ever get through to you? Oh, am I wasting my time? Should I leave for the night? It's unclear at the moment. Can you give me a sign? I'm here trying and trying. I need 10 more minutes with you. So let me know if you give up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you give up hope by now. So let me know if you give up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you give up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Yeah, I just wanna go back home. Can't do this anymore. I can't get through to you, so what the fuck am I fighting for? What all those rumors true? Or were you trying to get a rise out of me? A rise out of me? Or I don't wanna make it all about me again. But I don't even know half the things you said. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. 10 more minutes, or 10 more minutes with you.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul is underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want you to remember me this way. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul is underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want you to remember me this way.
Big way when I'm walking, pray when I'm talking this to you. Fight for my attention, for your ascension, you must prove. Cause if you can find it, you don't confine it, you let it move. Make way for the genie, scream for the dream, may come true. Have you ever played with a queen? I can show you what I mean. I can make you feel
Hey, good morning. This is from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. We are currently counting down for the launch of a Terrier Improved Orion suborbital sounding rocket carrying the RockOn and RockSat-C educational payloads. Target launch time this morning is 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and the launch window runs until 10 a.m., so we do have some time if needed. So far this morning, everything has gone fairly smoothly, actually. We did have concern with some low clouds in the area, but they have started to break up, so hopefully they'll be good enough for us to launch. Yesterday we were scheduled to launch, however, sea states were a little bit on the rough side. And so
TD on 1.
Calling SEO?
Yeah, this is TD. Would you be able to provide a surveillance status update at about T-minus 15 minutes on channel 1?
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Thank you.
And so we were looking to launch yesterday, but again, the rough seas prevented us from doing that. With the educational payloads, we do like to recover those. And as you just heard, we'll be listening for a surveillance. Folks will give us a report on boats out in the area, and that will come in about 3 minutes from now.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I like your taste in tunes and everything you ooze. The tempo of your beat, you bleed a melody. No one can control that old time rock and roll. No rule of gravity. And hey, can I follow you back to your...
Okay, as we mentioned this morning, we'll be flying the RockOn and RockSat-C educational payloads. The basic purpose of this, or design of these programs, are to give students at the university level an opportunity to design and build experiments that will fly in space. So rather than learning more about the rocket side of things, we're actually teaching students how to build experiments that work on spacecraft. And this is done in conjunction with the Colorado Space Grant Consortium and also Virginia Space Grant Consortium. Participants in RockOn receive instruction on the basics required to develop a scientific payload for flight on a suborbital rocket, and then after learning the basics in RockOn, students may then participate in RockSat-C, where during the school year to design and build a more complicated experiment for rocket flight. And then in August, we'll be flying a rocket with what we call RockSat-X, and again, these are the next level up, a little bit more complicated, a little bit larger payload area that the students get to design their experiments to. This morning we have 32 RockOn experiments that we're flying, and also an additional 8 RockSat-C experiments. The RockSat-C experiments were developed by Carthage College, Magnesium State University, Old Dominion University.
TD on 1.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yep, we're ready for the surveillance brief when you have it.
Yes, sir. Currently, we've got all of the assets on station, staged for recovery. Our 2 aircraft, we've got one that's clear of the hazard area. Our second aircraft is working. A target to the south is now clearing to the north. And we've got quite a number of vessels out to the eastern edge of the hazard pattern. Currently, reports from safety is that we're within our risk criteria, and we're maintaining the inlet control at this point. And currently, surveillance is green from our perspective.
TD copies all. Thanks, SEO.
Okay, so you just heard from the surveillance officer that we're getting great cooperation from the local mariners. It is fishing season, of course, here in the Atlantic, and everybody's just waiting on the edge of the hazard area for us to launch for them to get out to the fishing ground. So hopefully that will be continue, and we're coming up here on launch in about 14 minutes. And continuing on the Rocks FC universities that are participating, and again, we have Carthage College, McNeese State, Old Dominion University, Oregon Institute of Technology, Temple University, University of Delaware, and University of Vermont. This year, RockOn had 102 participants in the program. Typically, these students would actually come to Wallops in a workshop, and they would basically have a very quick course in learning how to build, and they would build their experiments, and we would fly them within the week. However, this time, because of COVID restrictions, they were able to do this virtually, and students worked individually or in teams, and they were able to, at their own schedule, develop work on their experiments, and then ship them to Virginia or Colorado Space Grant, which then brought those here to Wallops for integration into the rocket earlier this week. So the rocket we're flying on today is the Terrier Improved Orion, which is one of the smaller of the NASA sounding rockets. However, this rocket is extremely fast, so don't blink. The Terrier motor will burn out in 5.2 seconds after launch. At that time, it will be 1.2 miles, flying at 1,606 miles an hour. The second stage Orion ignites at 15 seconds after launch, burns out at 40.4 seconds. At that point, it's 21 miles altitude and traveling at 28.52 miles an hour.
RSO, Starway. Go for RSO. Provide Pad 2 MRL launcher preliminary wind-weighted settings.
Settings are azimuth 112.4, elevation 85.0.
Azimuth 112.4, elevation 85.0.
Good readback.
Check 98. LC, this is ROA.
This is LC.
Set MRL launcher to azimuth 112.4, elevation 85.0.
In work.
The payloads this morning will be carried to an altitude of 67 miles approximately. That will occur in just under 172 seconds into the flight. They will descend by parachute, which will deploy at about 461 seconds into the flight at 2.8 miles altitude, and then we expect the splash to occur around 80 seconds after launch. The payloads will then be recovered by one of the local boulders that we work with, and he will go out and get that, bring the payloads back. We'll then de-integrate the payload, the experiments out of the payload, and then Colorado Space Grant will ship those back to the experimenters.
ROA, LC.
Go for ROA.
MRL launcher settings are azimuth 112.4, elevation 85.0.
Good readback. Check 99.
RSO TD on 1.
Go for RSO.
Yeah, please provide status on impact area clearance.
Stand by 1. TD RSO, the hazard area is clear.
Copy all. PMTD, item 101 is not required.
As the test director stating that we will not be holding the count this morning, that we will continue.
Proceed as requested. Ranger screen.
For an 8 a.m. launch this morning. And also as a programming note that after the mission this morning is completed, we will be joining the spacewalk at the International Space Station coverage on NASA TV. And in just about 30 seconds, we'll be hearing the final poll for continuance from the different stations here at Wallops to continue with this morning's launch.
All stations, this is ROA on Channel 1. This is NRW 6138, Terrier Mark 12 Improved Orion launching from Pad 2 MRL launcher. Please stand by for station checks. All stations should announce status as green or red on Channel 1. RC.
RC is green.
M&O.
M&O is green.
Programmer.
Programmer green.
LO.
LO is green.
LC.
LC is green.
PLC.
PLC is green.
LPM.
LPM is green.
MM.
MM is green.
RCE.
RCE is green.
SCO.
Stand by for SCO. SCOs go, I guess. We're currently tracking a couple targets, but let me give you a call here in just a second for SCO.
ROA, you can proceed. Go pending.
SRPO.
SRPO is go.
PM. RSO.
RSO, go pending surveillance.
TD.
TD is go pending surveillance. All stations, this is TD. All stations are responsible for reviewing the go, no-go criteria listed in the MOD. Only stations annotated with an asterisk in the previous step are permitted to call hold. All other sites report red. Check item 104.
And you heard that all stations currently are reporting green. Still waiting for the final report from the surveillance officer who is looking at boats that may be downrange in the hazard areas. We should receive that report pretty soon.
TD SRPO.
Go for TD.
Let's hold this at 5 minutes until SCO gives us a green.
TD copies. Programmer, this is TD.
SCO concurs with the hold at 5 minutes. Programmer, I heard that.
Yes, let's hold at 5. Countdown and hold at 5, please.
Copy. MM, you copy?
This is MM.
We're going to hold at T-minus 5. Copy?
Copy that.
T-minus 5 minutes and hold.
TD RSO on 1.
Go for TD.
Yes, sir. Can you meet me on 5?
Moving to 5.
Yeah, we are now at T-minus 5 minutes and holding, waiting for reports from the surveillance officer to make sure that we're clear in hazard areas, downrange, and over the ocean. And you can see on the pad there the Terrier Improved Orion suborbital sounding rocket ready for launch. You also see in the background a balloon flying in the upper left corner of the picture. That balloon is, we fly those during the day. That allows, lets mariners know that we're doing our launch operations for the day. So that's another one of our processes that we use for working with the mariners to let them know that we're doing a mission. And the rocket we're flying this morning, the sounding rocket, is a solid fuel vehicle, extremely fast. It's an unguided system, so it will be spinning up as it flies, which helps control the stability of the rocket. Think of it kind of like when someone is shooting an arrow, and that if you look at an arrow, or if you could look at an arrow, it will spin a little bit, that the fins are on the arrow are canted. That gives it that spinning motion, and the same thing we do with these rockets. So we're looking at a target in the sky that we're looking to fly at. So based on the winds at the ground level and also upper level, we will fly various balloons throughout the morning. That gives us the winds at up to 100,000 feet, and that will allow us to move the launcher to the right angles in order to hit that target in the sky. As I mentioned, that the students prepared their rockets in the RockOn program virtually this year instead of coming here to Wallops. This allowed us actually to build more experiments than what the rocket can hold. So we will be flying 32 of the experiments on the rocket itself. And then this fall, there are 34 experiments that will fly on the high altitude student balloon platform through the Louisiana Space Consortium on a NASA scientific balloon in the fall of 2021 from Fort Sumner, New Mexico.
TM to SCO. PM to SCO. Channel 1.
PM, this is SCO. Are you calling?
Confirm. Just wanted to see if you had a status yet.
Yes, sir. We've got two confirmed targets to the south edge of the hazard pattern right now. We're currently red. We need to get some accurate positions on these in order for us to pass along to safety for a risk assessment.
Copy.
And there you heard the surveillance officer report that they're just trying to get a good status to provide to the safety folks so they can crunch the numbers and make sure we're safe to launch, that the two boats that are on the edge of the hazard area are in a good position, that they are safe for us to launch. This has been an extremely busy year here at Wallops on the launch range. Just on June 15th, we launched a Minotaur 1, which is a North Grumman rocket for the U.S. Space Force, carrying a payload for our 3 satellites for the National Reconnaissance Office. And then coming up, starting July 6th, we have 2 sounding rockets that will be launched between July 6th and July 20th. And more information will be coming out on those in the next week. But those will be studying it's called Dynamo 2, and those 2 rockets will not be launched on the same day. They will be launched on separate days. But one is looking for some ionospheric conditioning where there is some activity, and then the other one is looking at a quiet period so they can compare the 2. Launch windows for that missions, the 6th through the 13th, the launch window will be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on the 13th, or the 14th through the 20th, launch window moves to 8 a.m. to noon. And live coverage will be carried on the Wallops YouTube site for those missions 20 minutes before the launch window opens.
My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow. I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow.
And if you're just joining us, we are currently at T-minus 5 minutes at holding for the launch of a Terrier Improved Orion suborbital sending rocket from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. We're currently holding to assess the boats that are currently on the edge of the hazard area to make sure that they are safe when we do launch. And so once they crunch the numbers and determine that we're good to go, they're going to re-poll everyone to all the stations to make sure we're good to continue for launch.
Oh my God, don't do this. Oh my God, I need my best friend.
TDR is on 1.
Go for TD.
Can you meet me on 5, please?
Moving to 5.
PM, this is Emmanuel Channel 1. Permission to be on console for a couple of minutes.
All stations, this is TD on Channel 1. Just want to provide a update to the launch team. We're currently holding at T-minus 5 minutes for a range of Fowler. We should have an update from safety in approximately 15 minutes, so that's 12:25 Zulu, after which we'll either remain red and hold or proceed to terminal. Either way, if we proceed to terminal, we will re-poll for terminal at step 103. TD out.
And there you just heard from the test director that we're currently holding for at least another 15 minutes before we pick up the count while they assess boats that could be in our hazard area and crunch the numbers there. So it's going to take about 15 minutes for that to happen. Then at the T-minus 5-minute mark, if everything is clear, they'll do another pull to proceed, and then we'll pick up the count at the T-minus 5-minute mark. And from the NASA's Wallops Flight Facility, we're still currently at T-minus 5 minutes and holding for the launch of the Terrier Improved Orion suborbital sounding rocket carrying the RockOn and RockC educational payloads. We still have about another 10 minutes for them to be looking at the surveillance picture of boats, aircraft in the area to make sure that we're clear that we don't have any safety issues there with parts that could fall down and hit the boats. And then, so we expect the safety and the surveillance officer to report out in about 10 minutes on their status. This morning's launch is, as I mentioned, one of the smaller launches, rockets in the fleet. This vehicle we're flying today with payload is about 39 feet tall. It will be visible only in the immediate area. So if you're on the eastern shore of Maryland, Virginia, and southern Delaware, you might be able to see it depending on cloud cover in your area. And also the western side of the Chesapeake Bay directly across from Wallops, we think you may be able to see it. So this launch is not going to be as visible, basically because of the size of the rocket. And but hopefully for those of you who are in the area that you do get to view this one. And also keep in mind that there is a little bit of a lag between what you're seeing on the stream or on NASA TV from actual events here at NASA Wallops. So take that into account when you're trying to go out and watch the launch.
should stay or be alone. Won't you make up your mind? 'Cause I'm getting tired of overthinking every move.
And we're continuing to hold at the T-minus 5 minute mark here at Wallops for the launch of the Terrier Improved Orion suborbital sounding rocket. We expect to hear probably in about 5 minutes or so from the range safety officer and surveillance officer the status on the range to make sure that we're clear of all boats and aircraft downrange.
Go for TD.
Hey, can you meet me on 5, please?
Moving to 5.
I'm just waiting for the fire, but you won't even try to survive. You would rather keep it all inside, and I can help you decide.
All stations, this is TD on Channel 1. Cleared the Fowlers, range is currently green. However, we need to update the launcher settings. ROA will lead that, and then we'll proceed into the terminal count poll. And after the poll, I'll coordinate a new T0 with programmer.
RSO, Starway.
Go for our.
Ready for those updated settings?
Yes, ma'am. Settings are azimuth 111.1, elevation 85.3.
Azimuth 111.1, elevation 85.3.
Good readback.
LC, this is ROA.
LC.
Set MRL launcher to azimuth 111.1, elevation 85.3.
In work. ROA, LC.
Go for ROA.
MRL launcher settings are azimuth 111.1, elevation 85.3.
Good readback. All stations, this is ROA on Channel 1. This is NRW 6138, Terrier Mark 12 Improved Orion, launching from Pad 2 MRL launcher. Please stand by for station checks. All stations should announce status as green or red on Channel 1. RC.
RC green.
M&O.
M&O green.
Programmer.
Programmer green.
LWO.
LWO green.
LC.
LC green.
PLC.
PLC green.
LPM.
LPM is green.
MM.
MM green.
RCE.
RCE is green.
SDO.
SDO is green.
SRPO.
SRPO is green.
PM.
PM's green.
RSO.
RSO green.
TD.
TD is green.
Check 103.
Program, this is TD.
Go ahead.
You can pick it up on the top if you have time, please.
Copy that on the top. .5 minutes and counting. EOC check 106.
And we picked up the count. Launch time will be at
PM to
8:32 a.m. Eastern
Go
Time.
ahead, PM.
Interrogate transponder and verify good 5 code.
In work. PM, this is the M&O.
Go ahead.
Sir, I got good 5 code on radars 3 and 5.
Copy. Check item 107.
RSO, SAR
Go for RSO.
Provide MRL final wind-weighted settings.
Final settings are azimuth 111.1, elevation 85.3.
Copy, no change from previous settings. LC, this is ROA.
LC.
No change to settings. Azimuth is 111.1, elevation 85.3.
Copy.
Check 108, check 109.
PLC check 110, 112, 113, 114.
PM to M&O.
Go ahead, PM.
Confirm transponder good on internal power.
Stand by. PM, this is the M&O.
Go ahead.
I can confirm no change.
Copy. Check item 111.
T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 1 minute.
check 117. Payload status is go.
LC. Terrier booster armed.
30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Radars 3 and 5 are tracking. Good job, radars.
And we had a good launch this morning of the Terrier Improved Orion sounding rocket carrying the RockOn RockSat-C payloads from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. Launch time was 8:32 a.m. Eastern Time. The rocket is currently, payload is still flying. It will reach apogee at about the 8:35 mark. Then it will descend by parachute. With deployment of the parachute is about 2.8 miles altitude, and it will land in the ocean where the payloads will be recovered. The experiments will be brought back here to Wallops, cleaned up, and then the Colorado Space Grant Consortium will ship those experiments back out to the students for them to do analysis and look at their experiments to see how they performed, and possibly for the next time around improve on their designs. So that concludes today's mission from Wallops. Next launch from here at Wallops. Again, window opens on July 6th, runs through the 20th of July. There'll be 2 sounding rockets as part of the mission, Dynamo 2. And those rockets will be launched on separate days with different windows. So just follow us on the Wallops website and also on our Facebook and Twitter sites for further information on those launches. And for those who are following on, we will now be joining the International Space Station and the spacewalks occurring there. Thank you and have a good day.